Hello everyone and welcome to Cinderful Gaming. So here we are again, it's time for another Warhammer reveal show, this time tying in with both the Tacoma Open and Age of Sigmar's 10th birthday, which is the most important thing that happens on the 4th of July anywhere in the world. This reveal show will obviously feature reveals for Warhammer Age of Sigmar, and they've even straight out said that there will be a brand new faction coming for the game, which we do very likely know what it is. The other game systems that will be on the card for reveals are Warhammer Underworlds and Warhammer the Old World from the fantasy side of games, and in the Grimdark universe we'll see both the Horus Heresy and Legions Imperialis, along with Kill Team and Warhammer 40,000. It's worth mentioning at this point, once again Age of Sigmar Warcry is absent from the reveals, and this makes it pretty much a year full since we've seen any sort of product for the game. White Dwarf has even stopped producing content for the game, such as the usual Bladeborn rules for the latest Warhammer Underworlds warbands. I will take this time to say, regardless of Games Workshop's stance and continuing support on this, we will continue to support Warcry content on the channel as it's personally one of my favourite game systems. Today's video is sponsored by Gap Games, a fantastic miniature wargaming store in Queensland, Australia. They stock a wide variety of miniature wargames from all things Games Workshop to some of my personal favourites, Conquest, The Last Argument of Kings, and all things Modifius wargames as well. Use our affiliate code in the link below to help support both this fantastic store and the channel as well. The first teaser we have is Adam Troke wearing a hat with an Inquisition symbol on it, notably a symbol closely associated with the Deathwatch. This one seems fairly easy to guess and will be a Deathwatch focused release of some sort. They are now the only Space Marine faction to have not had any Primaris updates. Even Grey Knights have gotten some Space Marine character upgrades in more sort of Primaris size equivalent, but we obviously did see them roll into Inquisitory agents and later given a full PDF download as well. My personal thoughts here lead me to think this will be a Deathwatch kill team for Kill Team itself. There are a ton of possibilities here. Do we see a full tactical squad, something similar to the regular Kill Team box we have now, or maybe something of a mix of Tacticus, Gravis suit in there, some Phobos armor, maybe even a Terminator or Assault Marine as well, maybe a bike, but that's unlikely. Next, we have Adam Troke again in full plushy helmet, and while I so desperately want this to be a Valhallan Ice Warrior helm that he's wearing, the fact we have Leagues of Votans on the roadmap does make it seem like this will be the second wave for the army. Leagues of Votan are an army I'd certainly love to grab at some point for the channel, and I've actually got their kill teams laying about to get ready for some future kill team action. Now, this is likely to be probably the biggest reveal for 40k, I'd say, at the event, with maybe a unit or two, some characters, and a new vehicle or two added to the range to give it some much deeper options on its roster. Moving along, we then have Eddie next, and he's wearing what is unmistakably a Tomb King headdress. With both Necrons and Thousand Suns having had releases, I think this does point towards the second wave of releases starting for Warhammer the Old World in earnest. The question is, are we going to see new kits, or are we going to see some updates for older kits? Personally, I would like to see the older kits updated. Some new Tomb Guard or Skeleton Warriors, Skeleton Horsemen would be awesome to see, as all the plastics we've seen released for the old world, like the Foot Knights of the Realm, Illyrian Reavers, and the entire Cathay range, have been absolutely amazing. Next is a Tricorn hat, and there's quite a few things this could possibly be, and a hat we have later down the line makes me think we will see two things pirate-ish focused during these reveals. Now, the Tricorn hat gives me a few thoughts. What I really want it to be is the Zombie Pirates on the Vampire Coast, led by Luther Harkin, but maybe it's something of some new models coming out for Old World, something like Empire Free Company, or maybe even some Talayans or Estilians from the setting as well. But also maybe it's something more piratical, thinking of, as you know, Tricorn hats sort of associated with pirates a lot, and maybe it's the piratical raiders of the 41st millennium, the Drukhari, who are yet to see anything for in this 40k 10th edition so far. On to the big hats. This one I think is a clear nod to what is coming for Warhammer Age of Sigmar, and that is Chaos Dwarden, whatever name they may take from here. They've been heavily mentioned in the lore, with settlements mentioned in the 3rd edition core rulebook, along with their trade dealings with the Hobgrots from the Krulboys faction being mentioned plenty as well. A full army release with the Chaos Dwarves reimagined for the Mortal Realms is surely what we're going to see here, and honestly, who knows what they'll get model-wise and what even this new Age of Sigmar style Chaos Dwarven aesthetic will look like. We then go back with Adam, and we have him wearing a giant wizard hat. With Empire Wizards having already gotten models for the old world, this points me to one thought, and that's a new update for endless spells in Warhammer Age of Sigmar. Whether these will be repackaged kits to better suit the current use and format of these in the game and make them more accessible, or a brand new set of them, maybe including something like Endless Prayers as well. Who knows what we're going to see here, but I do think this probably needs me to think on that. The Jester Hat is next, and I think this is showing us the second half of our kill team box with a Harlequin kill team. Now, there's a couple of ways I could see this. First of all, a unit like the Deathwatch kill team, they do just seem to be made for the game, and maybe we see a new Harlequin kit in its entirety, 10 models in the unit with different performer roles and all of that in there, many like we see with the current kill teams. But maybe we also do see just like a 6 model kill team added with your Harlequins updated, and you know, the lead players like maybe a Solitaire, Death Jester, and a Shadowseer in there as well. Next up, we then go back to Eddie wearing the aforementioned second pirate hat, and I think for me, looking at it and just the sort of design, this makes me think of the Orcs, Freebooters, and especially Captain Badrick making his return. New flash kits are a possibility, though they are one of the more recent of the Orc kits. Maybe a more likely option is seeing maybe Looters and Burners come out. Maybe we also see a generic Dakar War Boss or a Big Mech as well. Some cool things potentially for Orcs, but Captain Badrick coming back is something I'm really looking forward to. Lastly is a Cowboy Hat, and this one has me a little stumped. With the Astra Militarum having gotten Rough Riders and Death Riders, and Bretonnia being an unlikely sort of reveal with other old world sort of picks above, I'm not really sure what we'll see here. Maybe it's more the cow part we potentially look at with the Lumineth Realm Lords and sort of their cow part of the faction, the Mountain faction, getting some expansion, or the River Elemental faction of the army, which has a horse theme to it, is maybe what we're looking at here. But that is our predictions for this. Let us know your thoughts and your ideas of what you think we might see down in the comments below. And so, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment down below, letting us know your thoughts on what it was we were talking about. If you'd like to, you can go join our Discord server, which is linked in the video's description, as are all the places you can help support the channel as well. Once again, thank you for joining. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey.